Chris from Tame Bay, and I'm here at Lengow today with Andy Liang from Globalegrow. Andy, tell us about the company, who you are and what you do.
So Globalegrow is a cross-border company. We are public listed on the China Stock Exchange. We mainly export Chinese products to around the world, electronics, apparel, but also we also specialize, and where I'm from is import. So we import Western and famous brands from around the world into China to connect with Chinese consumers.
So we all know that Chinese retailers are selling massively on Western marketplaces, but not as much do we hear about as Western retailers selling on Chinese marketplaces. So tell us how you can help a Western retailer. What can you do for them? What does the company offer?
So essentially, it is very difficult for a Western country to understand there's cultural differences, there's language differences. They may not understand the Chinese consumer, and also there's refunds and logistics. So what we offer at our company is the whole 360 approach. From when the product leaves your warehouse abroad, we have our own bonded warehouses in China, to customs clearance, to having a storefront on multiple different marketplaces in China. Also having a team dedicated to manage the different channel expansions. So we not just sell on one marketplace, we sell on many. We set up their brand presence in China. We help the brand with social media marketing to gain market awareness. We get key opinion leaders to endorse the brand. We have a CRM, we have our own customer service team who are trained on a regular basis to be experts of the brand of your products, and also manage the whole returns and logistics. So it's really a 360 approach.
So effectively, you could act as my Chinese sales department, shipping department, everything. Now, tell us a bit more about why that's important, because in an earlier session today, you mentioned that Western retailers, they're used to working with Google and Facebook and Instagram, but none of these normal e-commerce companies are actually in China. So what's going to happen in China without these businesses?
So thanks to the Great Firewall of China, your Google, your Instagram, your Facebook, they're all blocked. So they have the Chinese version of it, which is Google, there's Baidu. For Instagram, Facebook, etc., there's WeChat. And then the marketplace, instead of eBay and Amazon, we have Alibaba, Tmall, JD. So what we do is we help the brands, we adapt, morph the brand to a Chinese-friendly approach, and we dig out all the unique selling points that the key consumers would need to communicate to the Chinese consumers. And then we translate that into Chinese, and we list it on these websites so that the consumers can not just understand what they're buying, but learn about the brand history, learn about the difference between your brand and why they want to purchase your brand over another. So they look at all the unique selling points from brand history, founders, certifications, etc.
So it's all about telling the story of the brand to the Chinese consumer, just the way as brands do in the UK or France or the Western world, but telling it in a different way to Chinese consumers on a totally different platform. And I'm guessing I could do all that myself, but I'd need an entire team familiar with China, which is where you come in. So if I'm ready to attack the Chinese market, what sort of size or scale should my business be to make it financially worthwhile and that I'm going to get a return? What sort of size businesses are you looking at?
So what we have and what we specialize in, we work with very, very small SMEs to your FTSE 100 companies. So for example, we have a very small family business who they do a stretch mark cream in the US, and they've been selling to about 25 offline retailers, and we took their brand into China, and now the Chinese market is 3 times bigger than the US market. So essentially, it's not about the size of the business, because we can make it work.
So I shouldn't be put off if I'm an SME?
No, but I think what you need to have is the right mentality, is because working in China, the speed at which the Chinese work at, and the passion in which the e-commerce in China has, you need to have that energy, you need to have that dedication. Sometimes you might need to take a phone call at 3 a.m. in the morning, but this is the sort of things that you need to have. So it's not necessarily a financial point of view, but it's more of a dedication point of view.
So a massive opportunity, and one business doing 3 times the amount they do domestically. So if I'm ready to go for it and I'm interested, how do I get hold of you? Is there an email address? Do I phone you? Is it a website? How do I get started with you?
So we are the website is www.globalegrow.com. We have our own import platform as well, which is WZHOUHUI. It's a very strange name. It's Chinese name for wuzouhui.com. Or I can give you my email address, which I'm in charge of finding brands from around the world, and that's Andy@globalegrow.com.
So that's really Andy.
Yes.
Easy. Andy at globalegrow.com.
Yes.
Andy, fascinating, and I wish we had more time to talk, but the one stat that stood out for me is the business that's doing 3 times as much in China as they are domestically, and they're an SME. So if you're ready to attack China but you haven't got the facilities in-house, speak to Andy. Andy, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.